Hey Joe, what's up my people? It's your boy Sam Desan aka Pascal and this is Dubstream Entertainment. If you're listening to the show, shout out. And today kama kawa kama dawa, remember each and every Monday, Wednesday and Friday niko na wewe kila siku au sio? So to all the fans wenye wamekuwa kuuliza what's up with Tuesdays and Thursdays manze, so this is how the program is on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. We have the morning vibe each and every for those days, and remember you can always comment, subscribe, like and share for the YouTube gang and for the other gang paliradio.dubstream.com. And today I have so many things to talk about. Things have been happening, by the way. Congratulations to the Mathenge family for having the third child, that's Nameless and Wahoo. And I saw the video yesterday, and you can imagine how emotional Wahoo was, expressing her love for the child and stuff. And that made me thinking of how many ladies out here who are having babies, women who are having babies. And we just don't think of how happy they are, having a child is a blessing, and it's a blessing for a mom, especially how venye Wahoo alikuwa anajiexpress. It really meant a lot. Always respect our parents, especially moms, ladies. The undoubted thing, like so many men, they keep a thing wamekuwa into that, we recently saw how Andrew Tate was dealt with. I don't know if you agree, Andrew Tate should be banned concerning the misogynistic, how he is, how his thoughts, concerning women and men actually generally. So if you're listening to the show, it's your boy Sam Desan aka Pascal, and this is the morning vibe. As the name goes, the vibe, always having a fresh vibe, a hot vibe each and every morning. For any music you want it to be played right here, Dubstream Entertainment, I'm gonna do it, be it reggae, raga, roots, R&B, Nigeria, Afrobeat, I'm on piano, so shout out to Anajita Daniel alisema ni mgote nikifika kwa show. So shout out to Daniel up on the place. We're about to get things started right here at Dubstream Radio, and don't forget to follow us pale at our Instagram page, at our Twitter page, Facebook. We are there. Come at Dubstream Media also. So I have so many things to talk about. Let me start about depression, and you can see so many people are suffering mental health issues. For example, the World Health Organization will release a report that touched on the topic of suicide in Africa. So so many people, especially Africans, there are big numbers of depression. You should go and have a research, and this was a research done by the World Health Organization, increase in mental health issues. The WHO found that growing rate of suicide in Africa equal directly tied to the growing rate of mental health issued in the region. I don't know, so many people have their friends, have their spouses, you have maybe your relatives who are going through depression, but you can't know actually. So I always advise people, go and ask them if they're okay. You have to ask. Hii mambo ya kujifanya utero iliisha kitambo. So if you're having a friend or a partner or a relative, even our parents, go and ask them if they are okay, because so many people are dealing with depression. You can see the large numbers released by the World Health Organization. There are so many, especially in Africa. So this is what they say: the highest rate of suicide in African countries have the highest rate of suicide. Wanacheki. So that means a lot, and they are linked to depression. So you can go check it out. Go check for your partner. They were comparing the data from now and 30 years ago. Around 116 million people in Africa. We're talking about Africa. 116 million people in Africa are currently living with some form of mental health challenge, against maybe 53 million people recorded in 1990. That tells us a lot, man. So preferred method, according to the World Health, wanasema a preferred method of suicide in Africa ni kujinyonga. You see how the people jinyonga? Na pesticide, for those who don't know, pesticide maybe ni dawa za wanyama, kama umeendea dawa ya panya pale, unaji self poison actually, and to a lesser extent drowning, kujimada na maji, hivyo ndio naweza sema, ama use of firearm, jumping from a high height of medication overdose. And this is a research that was done by the World Health Organization, like the highest number of people wenye wanajiua inatoka Africa, and that means like 160 million from 1990 wamejimada juu ya maybe mental health issues. And yeah, you know, like always talk to your partners, like ask them if they are doing okay. So many people are dealing with depression, like even right now, you know, we, especially our generation, you can't know like someone is dealing with depression. It's so difficult like to know. People are just smiling out here, but deep down, man, they're going through a lot. So they prefer like so many people are killing themselves through kujiua, umeenda kujizamisha pale kwa maji, ama pia umeendea kamba unajinyonga. By the way, let me ask, someone asked me like, msee akienda kujinyonga na kamba jimade anachukuanga change kwa duka, like umeenda kubai kamba? But that wasn't necessary. So shout out to all the fans when you're locked right here at Dapsim Entertainment, Dapsim Radio. If you're listening to the show, tell me where you are. You know, let's talk about the vibe today morning. So shout out, I can see Jemo anasema big up listening the show nikiwa Kawangware. Shout out to Jemo. And then we have anajita Jambi anasema show iko juu tu sana, play for me any song by Aya Star. Shout out sana, itakuwa inakam. And if you're tuning in right now, we are talking about the rate of depression in Africa and how many people have died so far in Africa concerning depression, because we've got so many people when you're dead, like so many people even now, you know, so many people who have killed themselves because of maybe amekuwa kwa issue. Like me personally, it affected me at some point. I had a friend who was a teacher actually, and he murdered himself concerning because sorry to say this, he was in LGBTQ community and people were judging him. Adi mapero wake walimjudge, but the guy ended up killing himself actually, and he wrote a letter. It was so sad, you know, it was so sad. So we're talking about the amount of people who are killing themselves, like actually depression. This is a research that was done by the WHO, like Juicy, and this is what they said, like so many people in Africa are killing themselves due to mental health, are linked maybe due to depression. You know, like we are talking about, these are big stuff actually. So we keep the vibe right here at Dapsim Radio. Kumbuka, you can always follow us at our Instagram page, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, SoundCloud as Dapsim Entertainment. And for our upcoming content creators, our upcoming musicians, this we have an offer for you. You can always come, we do you a free interview right here at Dapsim Entertainment, Dapsim Media, and you tell me where you at right now. So kumbuka, the morning vibe is always having a vibe. Tukianzanga hapa hivi, so you can always place any order for a song, and I'm gonna do it. And remember, don't forget, for the YouTube gang, don't forget to like music, comment, subscribe, and share. So I'll just play one song today. Like, see, it's not actually the way we always do, but I'll just give you some bit of the song that you are requesting. Ausio. So let's start with the request. Ausio.
Sabi girl no dey too like talk. Animals dey in human form. Body man nobody like walk, but you must hustle if you want job. You no finish, they won't fight us. If them they run, them no fit catch up. I know they form say I too righteous. No con they form say you too like us.
Yeah, me not get the time for the hate and the bad energy.
Got my mind on my money.
Make you dance like broccoli.
Steady green like broccoli. Steady on my grind, oh yeah, what they want telling me could deny my fantasy. They want to check if my tap ain't no wrong. But it they rush well, it be much. Now gotta make my tap in the rush. The kind money we touch, yeah. It they rush well, it be much. No be hype, everybody they crush. There's no darling with us. before. Cause hello me, got me feeling I'm the one. Ajay, Ajay, Ajay. Can never take my cake away. Ajay, you can't count my grace. I just did my lane, my lane.
Me not get the time
For the hate and the bad energy. Got my mind on my money. Make you dance like broccoli. Steady green like broccoli. Steady on my grind, oh yeah, what they want telling me. Could deny my fantasy. They want to check if my tap ain't no wrong. But it they rush quite well, it be much. Now gotta make my tap in the rush. The kind money we touch, yeah. It they rush quite well, it be much. No be hype, everybody they crush. There's no darling with us. Cause it they rush quite well, it be much. Now gotta make my tap in the rush. The kind money we touch. It they rush quite well, it be much. No be hype, everybody they crush. There's no darling with us. There's no darling.
And you are listening to Dapsim Radio each and every morning with your boy Sam the Sound. Remember, not every morning, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. And right now, I'm playing for you any jam that you have requested. You know, like, I'm playing this song because I had this friend, Mwenyali Niuliza, like, Sam, do you think, if I compare Ayastar to the Nigerian queen terms, like, who is the queen? And nilimpatia answer, like, nilimwambia tulia, you see how Ayastar will be rising, and now she's rising. So for any jam you wanted to be played right here, Dapsim Entertainment, I'm gonna do it. And remember, today we're talking about the mental health. And this was the statement and ilikuwa released by the WHO, and walisema so many people are killing themselves in Africa. Like, so far we have 115 million people who have died due to mental health linked issues. So if you're listening to the show, tell me, like, have you ever been in a depressed some kind of way? And so many people, this is what I discovered, so many people are depressed, like, right now in this era, and you can't know, like, they're just faking smiles, and like they are okay, you know, like, we don't care if so many people are okay, we're just moving on with lives. Manze, mimi niko na bestie ako fine, tumeenda have a drink, then after that nimerudi home nina stress kibao. So we are talking about mental health. And remember, for any jam you want to be played right here, Dapsim Radio, I'm gonna do it. So shout out to anajiita Lilian, anasema listen to the show nikiwa Kawangware. We have two people from Kawangware, anasema nicheze any song by Asake in which itakuwa inakam. So many people are asking for the Nigerian music, you know. This ilinimake nika feel you remember like yesterday we have Kamene Goro, she replied to Eric Omondi after Eric she was telling Eric Omondi how he's bragging a lot, yet he's not doing a lot concerning the Kenyan music industry. And I was like, nah, Eric, I may do a lot. You know, the motion is already in parliament, like play 75 KE, and I think itakuwa mandated on. And then we have Lucy anasema play for me Kuna and listening the show nikiwa Umoja. Shout out to Umoja people. And as we are vibing right here in the morning, so you can always request any kind of music, and I'm gonna play to you right now at Dapsim Radio. And shout out to Eric anasema listening the show nikiwa Mathare North. Big up sana to Eric. So more requests to come. So if you want me to play any of the songs you wanted to be played right here at Dapsim, I'm gonna do it. I'll see you.
Black Market Records.
Fessa fe banga ama tutadu ijoe. Yeah, wacha nikuse usiniogope babe. Leo na finesse na ujanja leo nta maintain. Ukini kuna back nitako kuna front. Ebu baby don't let go. Ukini pressure nitakupea ndo. This the kind of love make you when me do it. I make you show it. It's rain.
siezi toka club sai, siezi kosa kuteka mpoa sai, siezi baiwa pombe alafu mini zirai, sakata rumba sakata kuna nyuma chuchuma kuna wevunja ufupa, tumia mikono ukishindwa miguna, kilichopandwa ni ulichokikuza, na kikikukuza ni juli kichuna, na kisipo zamani jua kijavunwa, na kikizolea ni juu kimemwagwa. My hands, your waist, my heart, awe kuna ni kuna ni kuna my lips, your lips, they touch, we kiss una ni kuna una beba, yeah. Nashinda unani beba, yeah. Paka ya November, unani runda, unani sunda, unani tunda, mpaka baadaye. I don't know how I be lying. I got to sing and I can't dollar. I got to move with the ball and bala. I can't believe my stand, lola. Hey, lola. I'm karoba. Boranda. My hands, your waist, my heart, awe kuna ni kuna ni kuna. My lips, your lips, they touch, we kiss una ni kuna ni kuna.
Yo, and you know when these guys came up on Limelight, manze, Vic West, shout out sana to Vic West, and then we have furthermore up on the place right here, Dapsim Radio, Dapsim Entertainment. For any song you wanted to be played right here, just request. And we have Thomas anasema nice song I like, shout out sana to Thomas Cruz. But ujaniambia unasikiliza show ukiwa mtagani, you know it's all about the vibe. And if you haven't tuned in right now, we are talking about the mental health issues and how it has affected Africans, especially Africans. So the reason why I'm talking about Africa is because so many people in Africa have died due to the cause of depression, and the reason why they are killing themselves is so many things. Like so many people are going through a lot of depression right now, and we have 115 million Africans who have just died because of depression. And the WHO actually released a statement wakasema wanajiwa in many styles actually, like we have the kujinyonga, ku drown kwa maji, na pia like pesticide, using pesticide, you know, and super solutions. As a result of the little attention given to the problem in Africa, the issue continues to persuade. For context, the WHO walipata just one psychiatrist, I mean, for in every 500,000 inhabitants. Like we have only one doctor in every 500,000 inhabitants, which is 100 times less than WHO recommendation. So shout out. And this is what this is the message for today. If you're having a friend, like always check up on him or her, you know, because so many people are dealing with so many issues right now, and we are in the verge of Generation Z, you know. TikTok in our Generation Z. So shout out for any song you want to be played right here. And I can see the Arsenal fans are on my DM, wanasema I should actually talk about the Arsenal winning e weekend, you know. No, I'm not talking about Arsenal. I have to respect myself, but shout out, I can see so many of the Arsenal fans thought they won the league because walishinda Liverpool. And let me tell you my thought concerning the game. The game was actually ilikuwa tu kibahati mbaya, then Arsenal won. You know, if you look at the strategy, the Liverpool, they didn't even want to win. You know what I'm saying? So Liverpool ilikuwa tu hapo kucheza kujibamba, like let them win at least, wajibambe. You know, like they have to make the Arsenal people to make their weekend at least wafurahi, you know, on a weekend. So shout out, I can see Anjuguna anasema listening the show nikiwa driving area 3. Shout out, like so many people wametoka driving. And you know, before you send me the text, niambie unasikiliza show ukiwa mtagani. And for any kind of song you want to be played right here at Dapsim Entertainment, I'm gonna do it. I can see so many people are requesting the Asake song. I don't know what's up with Kenyans with this Asake, because recently niliona venye alikuwa medunga. Sake, the trouser was so baggy, you know. And remember, we had a robbery, like it was yesterday, and police respond swiftly to the bank robbery attempted in Nairobi West. So bankers wanaona shida sai, because so many thieves wanna come out with other ideas. If you look at how these thieves wanted to steal from the bank, it was so ilikuwa tu hivyo, you know. Police say the attackers had attempt to grab cash brought in G4S, you know. Yeah, so I can see anajiita Jennifer anasema listening the show nikiwa Westlands, play for me. Kuna I think it's playing, nimetoka kucheza, but I'll repeat it for the sake of our fans, you know. And kuna mtu anauliza where are we streaming live? Tuko pale at radio.dapson.com, and we're just vibing here in the morning vibe show. So we have anajiita Natalia anasema Arsenali ni wanyonge. No, I do want to go to football. Shout out to Natalia anyway, wherever you are. So, cause here ni let me just get back to the topic. We're talking about the mental health and how the WHO released their statement in 21 hours ago, and they were talking about how many African people are killing themselves. And actually the number of Africans who die due to depression is so huge in the world, because Africans are leading the number of depression. So I want us to talk about depression today. And you tell me, have you ever been affected with depression, or your friend Ashaiku affected by depression? And that's what we're talking about, because the suicide is a global issue, you know, and such is not relegated to any specific region. So you don't have to. Depression inapata kila mse ana do, and we are talking about that. If your friend ashaikuwa in any depressed way, let us talk about it. And you know, so many people don't want to talk about what they're feeling, what they're going through in life, because we have so many people wakiamua kukuambia story mse, you'll cry, I swear. Because I was not depressed kinda, but I remember my days in high school was kinda difficult, because I used to go through a lot, you know. And sikuwa nataka mse yote ajue what I'm going through a lot. So the only way nilikuwa na feature your stuff is just by smiling and, you know, pretending like you're okay but you're not. So I know that kind of feeling, that kind of mental health issues, you know. And so many Africans, especially, these are statements released by the WHO in 2022. While they released, so many Africans, especially, we have a number of 115 million people wenye wamejua. So the World Health Organization ndio ilikuwa imerelease, you know, the highest rate of suicide in African countries, has the highest rate of suicide of any continent. So Africans are leading in depression. Like 11 out of 100,000 people die due to suicide in Africa. You can imagine, like 11 of 100,000 people die due to suicide in Africa, against the world average of 9 out of 100,000 people in Africa always. It's also a home of 6 of the 10 countries with the highest suicide rate. So we are talking, you can see the numbers are high. So increase in mental health issues. The WHO only found out that the growing rate of suicide in Africa is directly tied to the growing rate of mental health issues in the region. So you can imagine, and we have they were comparing the data from now and 30 years ago. Like, you know, from 30 years ago, around like 116 million people in Africa are currently living with some form of mental health challenges, against 53 million people recorded in 1990. You can imagine, like right now as we are talking, like 116 million people in Africa wanaishi na depression, and we have other 15 other mental health challenges against 53 million people recorded in 1990. So you can tell there is high number of depression amongst the youth, not just the youth, among the Africans, and we need to fight it. And they were saying, like, the preferred method according to the WHO, ile style yenye wanatumia kujimada ni kujihang, kutumia pesticide, and then we had self-poisoning, and to a lesser extent drowning. You know, umeenda pale kwa sea unajitupa, ama kwa river unajitupa hapo hivyo juu ya depression. And so Sapa Solutions walisema as a result of the little attention given to these problems in Africa, the issue continues to persist. For context, the WHO found that there is just one psychiatrist. You can imagine, only one doctor among 500,000 inhabitants. That's too low, man. That's too low, which is 100 times less than the WHO recommendation. So in each 500,000 people, we have one psychiatrist, you know. And this made me, like, I was talking about depression like 2 months ago, and we had so many people talking about the psychiatrist. Like, ukiwa depressed ni hard sana uende kwa doki, because peer doctors, they charge high, you know. They charge high. The therapist, like, you can't even afford the therapist. So unaishi pale mtaani and you are depressed, you have no money to go to the therapist, life inakufuck like kila mahali. So that's shout out to anajiita Ellen Jugi, anasema listening the show nikiwa Kitui. Shout out to Njuguna. And then we have Martin Odera with some fire emojis. Then we have Kennedy Motiso with some like emojis. Yeah, you tell me where you listening the show at right now at Dapsim Entertainment. I'm gonna play for you any kind of music. Unaniambia tu unataka mziki gani and I'll do it. So shout out. And I can see anajiita Mwendo anasema show iko juu tu sana, play for me any song by Costa Titch itakuwa inakam. Remember Costa Titch recently released another song pia featuring by Diamond, and this guy is a goat actually in Amapiano sector, because he released a banger, and we remember the Big Flex. It was a nice featuring the C Buddha. It was a nice jam actually, and we had another song featuring Diamond Platinum's Ausio. So itakuwa inakam. So for any song you wanted to be played right now, I think we've just had a nice discussion like today morning. From Monday, Wednesday and Friday, I'll be having you at the Morning Club show. So for any song you want to be played right here, it's time for Request Hour. I'll see you.
like Fokker, yeah. Pull up in a beam, too much, too clean, young taller. Aye, don't foster, serious and daughter. A big time player, crib too big and ganja. I went flexer, yeah. Tina said Jimmer, yeah. Too hot like a heater. My neck done froze like winter. Don't bet it on liquor, yeah. Shay's Tommy, picture. MJ on the shit, thriller. Funny vibes every night. Enter, Nankalagati, Costa, yeah. I get star like Fokker, huh. Pull up in a beam, too much, too clean and taller. Aye, don't foster, serious and daughter, yeah. A big time player, a crib too big and ganja. I went flexer, yeah. Tina said Jimmer, yeah. Too hot like a heater. My neck done froze like winter. Don't bet it on liquor, yeah. Shay's Tommy, picture. MJ on the shit, thriller. funny vibes every night.
Bare afakhet re kopela diverse tshwere full set o tsamaya ka jet le bana ba badese. Oh yes my bebeza, oh yes my bebeza, oh yes for re fitlhe ko bodom pere yona re thomeka diveve. Bare afakhet re kopela diverse tshwere full set o tsamaya ka jet le bana ba badese. Oh yes my bebeza, oh yes my bebeza, oh yes for re fitlhe ko bodom pere yona re thomeka diveve.
Like Fokker, yeah. Pull up in a beam, too much, too clean, young taller. I don't foster, serious and daughter. A big time player, trip too big and ganja. I went flexer, yeah. Tina said gym, yeah. Too hot like a heater. My neck done froze like winter. Don't bet it on liquor, yeah. Shay's told me picture, MJ on the sheet, thriller. Funny vibes every night. Enter, Nankalagat, Costa, yeah, I can style like Fokker, huh. Pull up in a beam, too much, too clean and taller. I don't foster, serious and daughter, yeah, a big time player, a crib too big and ganja. I went flexer, yeah, Tina said gym, yeah, too hot like a heater. My neck done froze like winter. Don't bet it on liquor, yeah. Shay's told me picture, MJ on the sheet, thriller. Funny vibes every night. Enter,